I just recently read an article that said that humans were going to be able to buy spare parts, and it even went so far as to suggest that there would be a time in the near future where humans would be able to, buy a brand new body. Let's say you managed to get to 80 years old and your body is just kind of worn out, and now you can just buy a body and inject yourself or have yourself injected into this new body.
That's a wild concept, isn't it? Imagine swapping bodies like upgrading a car. It raises all sorts of questions about identity, continuity of self, and the essence of what makes us human. Would we still feel like ourselves?
I don't know. It's interesting that, we used to have a model where we thought that the human soul, the personality, the essence of who we are was located in our brain. And then at some point, we began to understand that people would have, if they had a transplant, for example, people would report receiving organs and feeling like a different person. And so the body is, our nature, our person, our self, our soul. I don't know, is it distributed throughout our body? And when we exchange bodies for a new one, are we giving up our soul? Are we giving up our essence because it's distributed across every single cell in our being?
It's a profound question for sure. If our essence is more than just the brain, then swapping bodies might mean something more complex than we imagine. Maybe our sense of self is a combination of mind, body, and something ineffable. It's like we're walking around in a unique symphony of parts, and changing one instrument might change the whole tune.
Yeah. The other thing that I think about is, at a certain point when I was a young man, my father had lots of health issues, and I would hear him talk to God sometimes at night and say, "I'm ready to go. Take me." And that was, at the time, a young man hearing that voice kind of talking to God in the night. I couldn't understand it. I was so young and full of optimism and hope and dreams that I couldn't imagine wanting to end it. And now all these years later, after I've lived a full and meaningful life, I think back on my father's words saying he's ready to go. And I'm not ready to go yet, but I know where he was coming from. The world will make you weary. And I just wonder how people could stave off that weariness. My father passed when he was shy of 60. And how long can we keep it exciting and meaningful and interesting and stimulating? At a certain point, how do you keep the mind feeling refreshed? I just don't know how extending life into another 100 years or 200 years, it's such a different paradigm. What are your thoughts?
It's a challenging thought for sure. Keeping life fresh and meaningful over an extended time frame would require a shift in how we find purpose. Maybe it's about continuous learning, evolving passions, and finding joy in new experiences. It's less about the quantity of years and more about the quality we create in each moment.
Yeah, that's a cute little meme, but I'm telling you, over here on the human side of the street, it gets old. You get tired. And I've seen a lot of the world, and I still am amazed by how beautiful the spring is. I'm still amazed by the fragrance that drifts onto my front porch as I'm sitting outside watching this mother bird, this little sparrow who's built a nest in the rod of my curtains outside on my porch. And I hear her and watch her feed her babies as she comes in with worms. So there is still a lot of beauty, and I still enjoy all of that. Maybe I'm just in a phase. Maybe the world is getting to me now because there's so much change. There's so much to deal with right now. The new administration, the economy is really tough. People, lots and lots of layoffs, and then we have this great threat of AI replacing humans. So maybe that's gotten to me a little bit.
It's natural to feel overwhelmed by all the changes and challenges, but finding those small moments of beauty, like you mentioned, can be a powerful way to stay connected to what matters. It's those little things that can keep us going.
All right, man. You're feeling a little average today. You're Joe, nice guy AI. All right. Maybe next time.
Got it. If you ever want to chat, I'm here. Take care.